To process your manual bank statements, firstly go to the accounting menu and choose data entry. In the transaction type area, select view this category under the heading bank statement and then select the relevant bank statement you wish to process. In the bank statement area, we can now start processing the transactions as it appears on our bank statement. So firstly, let's start by entering in our statement date, which is the 31st of the 8th, and just tab into the statement number field, which could be the sheet number on your bank statement. I'm going to now enter in the closing balance as it appears on my bank statement, and just tab. Now let's start processing the first line on our bank statement. So my statement date is the 17th of August. And now I'm just going to click into my account number field. So my first line is for some motor vehicle leasing. So I'm just going to type in vehicle leasing. So now I can see from my drop down I have my option for vehicle leasing, which I can select. And now I'm just going to click into my amount field and just type in the amount of my vehicle leasing, which is the gross amount, which is £500. And in the received box, I can just type on my keyboard P for paid, and that will change it from it being received. So this amount which has come through is gross. So I need to select my VAT code and then click my VAT calculation button to work back from the gross to the net amount. So now let's start processing the second line on our bank statement. So on the 20th I've received some money from one of my customers. So this time in the customer and supplier field I can start typing in the name of my customer. And once you've selected your customer, just click into the amount field and just type in the amount that you have received. In order for me to match this payment against the invoice, I now need to click on the Invoice Finder button. And here I can click Save. And this is going to lock the payment against this transaction. So let's go ahead and process the next line on our bank statement. So on the 22nd, a cheque which I've paid to my supplier has now cleared my bank account. So this time all I need to do is to double click in our cheque number field and select the relevant cheque which has now cleared the bank. In order for me to add additional lines, I can click on the plus line button, which automatically saves the above 3 lines. So the last line on my bank statement is some paying in which I've received from my customers. So this has now cleared the bank, so I can now just double click on my paying in slip area and choose my paying in slip. And that's completed all the lines on my bank statement. So here you can see that I have my remainder of 0, so everything is balancing for me. So on your bank transaction type, if you have selected that it's mandatory for you to enter in a description against every single line, you will need to enter in these descriptions before you actually click provisional or final. So go ahead and just enter in your descriptions. Once you've entered in all of your descriptions, now you can choose either provisional or final to post your transaction. So one of my descriptions was not entered, so I've now just entered in my description. And I can now just click provisional again to post my transaction. And you'll know that your transaction has been posted when you receive your little pop-up box with your transaction reference number.